Alright, what is up, y'all? Oh god. Alright. What is up, y'all? Brand Panty Gamers here. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Before we start, guys, I want to talk about a few things. So, one, I'm really sorry that it took a while to get back into the game. I got caught up in a lot of things. I got caught up in a lot of things, and like, you know, I kind of got distracted from them, you guys could say, and also some stressful times as well. But don't worry, guys, I promise I will finish this game, mostly the main series, because now that I got the last 3 games, and yeah, except the last 3 games will be in recording instead of live stream, because it's on phone. But alright. Yeah, anyways, another thing I want to talk about is, this might be a short stream, depending how long it takes, because like, you know, I do have, like, other stuff to worry about, too, and, like, I don't want to, like, keep the stream going when like, you know, yeah. So, yeah, if the thing is a little too early to, if this next part is a little too early to finish, then also let's have to end it anyways, because, like, other stuff I have to worry about, and, yeah. And, so, yeah, so without further ado, I'm gonna continue. We're still in the stolen turnabout, if I remember correctly. Last part, we were, I actually can't remember much, so I'm gonna have to, so this game's gonna have to refresh my memory. Wait, hold on. Yeah, see, yeah, this place was about 5 days ago. So, I guess it wasn't that long, but still. We're gonna continue on. We're gonna prove Rhonda Light not guilty of murder. My throat is as cruel as ever. Hey, Nick. What is it this time? You don't believe how many people are here for the trial. Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door. Next door? Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having a Detective Atmy's trial today. I actually need to check the court record, so I make sure of that. Okay, that was a little weird. Okay, hold on. So we have that. Okay, we have that. Oh man, I am. Ooh. Camera data. Alright, there was one around 1 AM. She's still. Walnut. Kane's autopsy report. Then there's a newspaper clipping. Sorry guys, I'm just like trying to refresh my memory by all the evidence we have. Kane's list. Oh yeah, that's right. The masked second heist on he was stealing as directed by blackmail letters. Sacred urn. Do we have anyone else? And okay, just about the same people. They say they're going to have to. They're trying him as Master Match. I cannot talk. Already? That was fast. Yeah, and the another thing, see, I actually forgot to mention, another reason why I've been a little slow from this game as well is because, like, you know, I also can't really talk the best. So, I apologize. But don't worry, then again, I promise to finish the series. Well, I'd love to see the Master Match trial. I know. By the way, where's Pearls? Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect on her training anymore. I know you don't like me. Wait, what? Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Please, don't ignore me. Okay, I knew it had to be Ron. Oh, Mr. Delight, good morning. No one likes me. No one would notice me, even if I kill someone. Excuse me, sir. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec. You don't mean you're the murderer? No, I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. you can't really be poor. Now let's see, according to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending to him to help him commit the heist. Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murderer in this? It's possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock. Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. Alright, well, here we go. District Courtroom number 6. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Rhonda Light. The defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready? Preparation is the last refuge of the week. Ah, my nose. Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godot. He's got the judge in the palm of his hand yet again. Rhonda Light is simply too young to be sent to war, that's all. I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot. Ha! Then you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement is. You understand now, right? Yes, well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. Okay. The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. His body was found in the safe at approximately 9 AM on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 AM the previous day. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Very well then, Mr. Godot, please call your first witness. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. But the first one is always the best. Mr. Godot, your witness. These people these days. Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Rhonda Light, has to say for himself. The defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objection? There may be a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. Huh, you got guts, right? Trite. Alright then, Mr. Rhonda Light, please take the stand. Thought you were already at the stand, but okay. You did it, didn't you? Yes. What? No. That's not true. For a moment there, I thought we set the record for the shortest trial ever. If there's ever such a shortest trial ever, then it just almost seemed like pointless. Especially if it was a guilty verdict. Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making. And once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Huh, very well. Yes, hello guys. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security? Now let's hear some testimony about what happened. That evening, okay, well here goes first testimony. That evening, around 1 AM, I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. A blackmail letter I got. They ordered me to go there. I've been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. 1 AM, the exact time the murder took place. The weak get washed away by tides of fate. The strong drink it up. Ha! It's better today, too. Just like my destiny. You know, I never know that from the way he's tying it down. It's hard to talk. It's hard to talk as a girl voice. Come on. Hopefully you guys can give that as an exception. Mr. Wright, your examination, if you please. Okay. I don't entirely see what was the consistency, but I'll probably, okay, on that everything around 1 AM and what's it, 9 PM. The blackmail letter I got ordered me to go there. Hold it! It ordered you there? It was the first time I got the blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then? Oh, of course. They say something like, steal this, or take that. Hold it! Haha, why don't you say those for later, Mr. Delay? Please don't say anymore. Now, what should I do? Press harder. So what did the blackmail letter in question say? It's set to bring 50,000. Money, yeah? Perfect motive for committing murder. Oh, but wait! I never intended to pay that money anyway. Oh? Is that right? After all, I had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. An important point indeed. Let's add that added to your testimony. Yes, sir. Ha. A bloody mud skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. The blackmail threat didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Hold it! So what were you being blackmailed about anyway? That's what I said. We don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it was referring to the whole mask and mask thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on me. You didn't? Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me. Nothing Mr. Light didn't believe he was Master Mask. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats. I was working for KBQ until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. Hold it! You used to be KB's... You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. A security chief? You? Yeah, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge, a perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say? This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject. Life after being fired. Why was he fired? Don't say anything. Why was he fired? Mr. Light, please tell us why you were fired from your job. Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Okay, then I take it back. Defendant, please answer the question. I needed money. You needed money? Oh, well, you see, they able to spend it. It's kind of a hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, honey. I mean, I guess I can agree with Maya, because if you run out of money, then there'll be no hobby. Or whatever, that doesn't make sense, but you guys know what I mean. My salary wasn't nearly enough, so I stole data from the company. What? Come again? KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was security team chief, he stole some data and sold it. Mr. Bullard found out and I was fired immediately. What? I wish I had never asked that. I was somehow able to keep it secret and made it seem like I had to quit on my own. Nick, you don't look so good. Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that. He sure told you. So you admit that you stole data from your company, is that correct? Yes, I'm sorry. This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony. Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. He fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about that. So you needed money just cause just because Desiree kept spending them as a hobby. Excuse me, sir, but hold it. Why would you do something like that? Well, for Desi's hobby, what else? Is she going? Who's First of all, if you're clarifying she as Desiree going to jail, she's not the defendant. Rhonda Light's our defendant. So we'll see. Wasting money, huh? It's not a waste. Oh wait, are you guys mistaken for Rhonda Light as a she? Don't worry, a lot of people have mistaken Rhonda Light as a she, but it's actually a he. It's a male. And Desiree is his wife. Okay. Now, Mr. Light doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? So it would seem. I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other. I can't believe it. This case hasn't even gotten even Maya to take seriously about couples. Well, Pearl can join along with Maya. Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright. There wasn't much in his testimony, was there? Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least, that's what it sounds like to me. Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this. We better be careful. If we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth. Yeah. That evening... In some people's eyes, he does kind of look like a female in a way. Even Wright thought too. He thought that Ron was a female, but I knew he was a male ever since because of, like, you know, the texting. Like, if you hear like the little text sound effect, like if it's low pitched, that's when you know it's a male. But when it's like high pitched, then yeah, like here, hold on. Yeah, see, the text is going a little high pitched, and then you'll know it's a female or a male. And for Phoenix, it's low pitch because he's a male. It's if you guys are still confused, then like I don't know what other ways to explain it, but you'll probably get it on the way, I guess you could say. Okay, that evening around 1 AM, I went to see Mr. Buller's office. What did I got? Let me go there. I mean, that didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Hold on. I need to press on that again. I need to check what he said there. So what were we being blackmailed about anyway? Blackmail letter, you said, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, now I remember. Whoops, I probably shouldn't have pressed on that. Sure was referring to the whole math thing, yeah. Wait, what? Objection? Tisk. I'm afraid that reason isn't going to hold up anymore. What do you mean? The victim had no proof the defendant was masked to mask. But you were the one who stole company secrets only 1 year earlier. But that was all over with once I was fired. But it's true that the fact I stole secrets was kept under wraps. Even so, there was no reason for me to pay up now a whole year later. Is that really true? Isn't it, Nick? The fact that Ron was stealing company data. What if he would have had a problem if that ever became public knowledge? Oh. Not especially, yes he would. Wait a minute. Yes he would. Mr. Delight, I believe you would have been in considerable trouble if your identity as a company data thief was made public. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to do by bullying your old client? Ha! Men are like colonies of bacteria. The more heat you apply, the faster they grow. That's exactly right. Well then, feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo. Little lawyer Migo. Yes, now, come on. Provide some evidence to back up your assertion. Why would Mr. Light want to keep his data stealing secret from going public? Whoops. Oh. If I remember correctly, Desiree does not know about it, so probably Ron doesn't want Desiree to know about it, so that's why he kept it secret in public. So I think it might be Desiree. Hopefully I'm right in this one. Take that! Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday. Huh? What doesn't? I think you must have been scared, very scared, of having a certain person find out your secret. Oh. A certain person? Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. Why, but I... Listen to me, my Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Gato. Yeah, we know, it was all your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about. Oh. Everything is falling neatly into place for him. Just don't talk about my daddy like that, or you'll be sorry. Okay, what is that supposed to mean? Well, it seems that we've learned a great deal of things here so far. What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Clearly there was sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife, and he killed to protect his secret. A family man who cared just a little too much. The motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened to the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come now, tell us. We're all ears. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Okay. Suddenly I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. Yeah? If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. What do you mean by that? I'm definitely gonna press on that. When I came to, Mr. Bull was lying there, dead. I see. Suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said that Master Mash struck him on the head from behind. Of course, that may turned out to be the culprit himself. That was all a lie. Ha! No one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that. What are you saying? I really was attacked. We'll find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination. Got that, Mr. Trite? Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. So just throw me his coffee. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Excuse me, sir, but hold it! Who was this suspicious shadow? God damn it. I cannot speak today. If there were a doubt on me, and even if one knew, I tell you, trust me. His dodging all of our questions not helping us with this case. Okay, then how was the victim Mr. Buller at that time? What do you mean by how was he? Was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he was the one who hit you in the first place. That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright? forget it. Okay, well that was nothing. Yeah. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. Hold it! That... Could you please clarify what you were referring to? Why am I Master Mask costume, of course? Wait just a moment. Master Mask? Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as Master Mask. And then, I descended upon the office of the CEO's KB Security. What? Nick, did you know about this? He never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. Even I didn't know that. It seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait, that's not right. You know how sometimes things just slip your mind? Ha! My 6th cup of coffee is starting up at me coldly. At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony. Okay. I'd have been killed if I hadn't been wearing my Master Mask costume. Hold it! Why were you dressed up as Master Mask? Why? Because I'm oh crap. Whoops. Okay. Because I'm Master Mask, of course. What are you talking about? Master Mask trial is being held next door. Ah, yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Master Mask issue. So I thought I should go with him, just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I expected. Guys, if you're asking these kind of questions, I would recommend looking back at my past streams. Yes, they may be hours long, but still, like if you're interested in the series, then you wouldn't have a problem having a marathon watching all over it. Took a lot longer. What's he talking about? Press harder. What do you mean by took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe, of course. Excuse me? My cape got caught on the door, you see? This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullet's body. Oh, what was that? Back up a second. Yes? You were the one that hid the body in the safe? Well, yeah. Inconceivable. Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking? Okay, calm down, Judge. Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine? What? The answer is simple. When they take them off. What are you talking about? As usual, I have no idea what you're saying. You and me, Judge. You mean that Mr. Delight hit the body because he is the murderer? Really? I don't think you need a cup of court. Well, I mean, this game is not. It's not like this game is real. So it's like, you know, they're just trying to like. This game's just all about like, you know, just having its main series itself. That just seems like, you know, have some weird people and like, you know, have opponents more delinquent, or I don't know what the word is. I don't know what the word I'm trying to look for. But yeah. So I wouldn't take this game seriously like that. Just saying. Huh, so you're not as stupid as you look. His metaphor at the time was really obscure. Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you? Well, yes. Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Witness, make sure you add this to your testimony. A new testimony added from an added testimony? Okay, well, I guess I should start pressing in every single thing then. Uh-oh, looks like a storm front is moving in over the fair weather judge. I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes. Hold it. Why did you hide the body in the safe anyway? Well, because it wouldn't fit in the drawer. No, that's not exactly what I meant. Crap. When I saw that corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought if they find this corpse, they'll think I didn't. Meh. Ha, you think you had a simpler reason than that? It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body. That certainly makes more sense. Hold on. 10 minutes? What is it, Nick? I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide a body and spend 10 whole minutes to do it? Under those circumstances? What circumstances? Oh. Hey, Nick, if you think it's... hold on. No, AB Gamer. It doesn't work like that in Core, but then again, this is like some kind of... This is like a make-up story. It's not like it's real, so... That's why we shouldn't really taking these kind of stuff seriously. Well, you present some evidence that would show just what those circumstances were. That's it. I'll take a look at the court record and present some evidence. We heard this from Mr. Delight yesterday, didn't we? There's not much in his testimony either. I bet you he's still hiding something. I wouldn't be surprised. We'll just have to draw it out of him. I just hope he doesn't make things any more complicated. Meh. When I entered the office, there's a suspicious shadow there. Hold on, let me quickly... No, god dang it. Okay, I panicked and hit the body and say it took about 10 minutes. Wait. Hold on. If that is so, then there was a record of the buzzer at the office, so and at 1:02 a.m. Cause this explained his 10 minutes. I'm gonna see if I can present evidence to this guy. So, objection. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? And what might this be? The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m. Well, what? If Mr. Rondelai truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer was sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading this way. Objection! Objection! Huh. Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building. Objection! Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as a chief security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about that. Objection! Objection! But as it turned out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex-new boyfriend and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was not something Mr. Delight could have known. Objection! Objection, jeez Louise. Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off. Objection! This buzzer is extremely loud. There is no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Conscious? What do you mean by that? Fine. Let's hear your theory. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Unconscious? So he fainted. That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what are you trying to say? Mr. Delight was knocked out, and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it can only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right, whoever it was, they knocked out Ron Delight and then pressed the buzzer. These are getting real. Order in the court. Mr. Wright, objection. This is preposterous. It was this kid. Rhonda Light is the one who killed Miss Kane Bullard. Objection! And who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He died at 1 a.m., not at 1:02 a.m. A little 2-minute gap, I guess. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button. Ah! So Kane Bullard sounded the buzzer himself. What's your opinion on this, Mr. Wright? I think it proves that a car and a criminal was there at the scene. But how? Can I prove that it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer? There are no fingerprints on it. Okay, so yeah, it can't be Kane Bullard because there's no fingerprints on this. So I think this buzzer itself is the evidence itself. So I can prove it all right. The defendant's opinion is this, Your Honor. This piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. Well, James Tooble, that's the whole point, because, well, see, James Tooble, that's the point, like, you know, that's because this game is really long, like, how many hours I played this game? 81 hours of playtime in this game. That's how long all these games is. It's not, I mean, this game is like something that's like, not really a game, but it's more of like a story, but you're playing a part of it. So, which is why I bought it. So, if you that's if you're interested in the series, then you shouldn't have a problem watching back to those. That's if though. I mean, some of my live streams were cut off due to internet and yeah, and errors in OBS Studio, which is why some parts were cut off on some streams, not all streams, but some. And again, if it's like you're having a marathon, then it's not much of a problem. So, anyway, the buzzer is the freaking proof. So, here. The office buzzer. Take that. I believe it's a piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for. I'm not. Okay, look, I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying you should really watch all my episodes, like that's if you want to, but like if you're confused and questioning a lot, then I recommend watching about the other live stream I did, or at least this particular episode. I believe this is a piece of the emergency buzzer. Is there some kind of clue on it? Absolutely not. Hey, come on now. At least give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue. That is quite a confusing statement there, Phoenix. Now I'm the one who's clueless. This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left his fingerprints behind. I find that one funny. We're on the line. Objection! We're on the line, obviously wiped them off. Objection! Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment. He touched that button, I know he did. Objection! The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Master Mask. And Master Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have to wipe the button for your fingerprints? Order, order, order. Ha. It would seem... Why do I keep saying ha? Jeez. I've been forced to eat crow. Excuse me, what? I wonder what blend number crow flavored coffee is. However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden? Huh, it looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. They're on to you, Nick. Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard at around 1 a.m. And Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? So much thinking, that's pretty much what this game's all about. Especially as a defense lawyer. The killer clobbered Mr. Delight and ow! Down to the buzzer! Get me off that freaking It's kind of loud in my ears. Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed? Security was supposed to respond? Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say. Very well then. Oh, you got some guts. I like that in an opponent. Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer? He didn't mean to call the security guard to find out what it did. To call the security guard. The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. Do you mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose? Yes. Although, as it turned out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time. Huh. What a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in? No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Rhonda Light, who was out cold. And the 3rd person, the real killer. Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Rhonda Light. And if any security guard came running in at that time, they would think that I was the murderer. Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Rhonda Light for the murder. I knew it. Oh, I love this game. Order, tell me. I can't believe I've actually been off from it for a while. It would seem I've been made to eat my words once again. Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one who only matched the mask, so... Yeah, you really mean the killer is... We're going to drag that person in here right now. But who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to KB security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard. So then, let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Rhonda Light for the murder of Kane Bullard? Lily Luke Adamy would be the only fitting person. I doubt Larry would be it. So I assume it's Luke Adamy. Detective Luke Adamy. Detective Luke Adamy. He's the only one who could have done it. Man, these names though. Ace Detective Luke Adamy? You mean Master did it? Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Master Mask after all. At all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard. Order! Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Theft and murder. Which is a more serious crime? We're not even close. Murder is a more serious crime, of course. True. It's a capital crime subject to a capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. When Look at Me confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, the famous detective was a math as well as master math. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along. To be found guilty? Master Matt had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lordly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Master Matt was Look at Me's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi. A guilty verdict? As an alibi? Whew. Things are getting interesting. You know, it's almost time. For what? For Look at Me's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial after all. If we're going to stop this trial and install that one, we need to do it now. Of course. That's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder. Nani? So Look at Me's trial has intended to attract it. It's just that the entire court easily with American lightheaded. If you were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of this crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no ground for appeal. Am I really sure about this? Ha! I bet's only good when your life's at the end. Mr. Wright, I believe in you, Mr. Delight. So please, I'm begging you. Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Oh, there goes Mia. Phoenix. Nani? What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. The voice. It sounds like... Mia? Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Huh. So that's your answer, huh? Very well, I've decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Look at Me into the stand. Yes, Your Honor. Huh. Oh, no. That one took about 2 hours. Damn. Well, Sir Detective at me. There goes Mr. Payne again, huh? I have to say, Mr. Payne, you have performed splendidly. Oh no, Sir Detective at me. You are the one who... What the fudge? That's a different judge. I don't know what voice to give him, so maybe I'll just go with something. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant Look at Me. Hold it! Yeah. Wait. Don't hand down your verdict yet, please. Well, well, Sir Lawyer. Welcome to my courtroom. Who's this hoser, eh? Who's actually the defendant? What the frick is that face? My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law, and I wish to file an accusation against this man, Look at Me. Accusation? He accused Master Matt? That man is not Master Matt. He's a ruthless murderer. What? Who's the defense attorney in this one? I guess we won't know. To be continued. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, anyways. I need a little break from talking too much. So I assume the. Okay. Well, I'm assuming this part will be the last part. Will be the last part for episode 2, and then we'll be heading to episode 3, which I don't know what. So tomorrow morning, I promise you guys, tomorrow morning I will continue this and end this episode 2. I promise that. So I will continue tomorrow morning, my time. Basically, in other words, tomorrow, basically. But yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna quit it out of here. Nope. I hear sis, yeah. Hey, your sis was here. See ya. Alright, anyways, yeah, that'll be it for now, guys. I guess the stream wasn't that long, but still. I have other stuff to worry about right now. But yeah, anyway. Thank you all for watching. I promise I'll continue this tomorrow morning. Well, my time again. But yeah. Alright, anyways, yeah. So, peace out, guys. I gotta get going.